What's up everybody, another beautiful day in Azeroth, and today I just wanted to come with some feedback on the Stormbringer hero talents for enhancement in War Within. Now let me start out by saying the more I play Stormbringer combined with a Storm build, the more I fall in love with it. It is extremely fast paced, no downtime, constant nuking with great animations and gameplay loop, but there are some parts that could be better and would really push it into S tier territory. Now keep in mind this is early alpha testing, so everything is subject to change. Now first of all, having played this without UI a lot on alpha, all I can say is Enhancement overall badly needs a revamp on baseline UI, and Stormbringer procs needs to be a part of it. You need to be able to track when your next Tempest is coming, and preferably how many stacks of arc discharge you have. Otherwise, without weakauras, you will lose a lot of procs. You will override arc discharges and not generate Tempest, unless they happen to change it so that the procs can stack, so that you can bank Tempest and arc discharge, because at the moment you proc Tempest by either spending 40 Maelstrom or proccing Awakening Storm talent 3 times. And if you have a Tempest active from the 40 Maelstrom spent, for example, you won't build towards a new Tempest by spending until you've spent that Tempest. So you slam away your Tempest and then boom, your next Chain Lightning procs a new Tempest from Awakening Storm. Well, then you're stuck with a Tempest you want to spend and 2 instant Chain Lightnings you want to spend before that Tempest. And if you hold that Tempest, you won't start building towards a new one. So those 2 Chain Lightnings won't count towards Awakening Storm. Hopefully that makes sense. Unless they fix that, or I got it wrong. However, this would be easily solved by a stack system, and tracking it via UI elements or weakauras will help to avoid it if they can't stack. Now going over some of the individual talents, there's some things that could enhance them a bit. Biggest one being Storm Swell and Arc Discharge, which is a choice node. So the problem with this is you can often find yourself in a situation where it's either a completely dead talent or half dead at best, and it's easy to make the wrong choice for a lot of players. If you have a raid fight which swaps between adds and pure single target, well, the talent is half dead, because it will only proc on one of those, which, trust me, will get a lot of friction in both Pogs and organized raid. Why are you padding? And I'm over here like, but think of the pad. So well, personally, I'd like these combined into one talent, since you can't benefit from both of these at the same times. Now the only thing combining them would do is that you're always able to benefit from it regardless of encounter type, and would actually be fun to use in dungeons. Then they could throw in a new choice talent there, or add choice nodes to other talents that doesn't have it, as we are kinda lacking in choice nodes at the moment, having only 2 of them. One, if they were to combine Storm Swell and Arc Discharge. And you could add choice nodes to talents like Voltaic Surge, as it's currently only AoE. Shocking Grasp should have one as well, or be reworked completely, as it's kinda worthless at the moment outside of very niche encounters, or possibly PvP, but I don't know shit about PvP. But seeing as we have Frost Shock, Earthbind stuns, incaps, an additional RNG slow isn't really something I'm bouncing off the wall about. I could also see Tempest getting a choice node after it's been renamed, mainly from it being really boring. It's strong, but completely passive. I mean, it does make Shocking Grasp proc more often. Surging Currents, I'd personally like it to give us a way to healing Surge or Chain Heal without it costing Maelstrom, either by refunding Maelstrom spent on healing Surge or Chain Heal following a Tempest, or just by being instant and getting a big healing increase of healing done, and of course not eat your Maelstrom. Now this is mainly because being able to self-heal is awesome, but losing DPS and momentum because of it always feels bad. Losing damage is one thing, but if it slows down your rotation or breaks the gameplay loop, then it's just bad, because you're already losing a global from pressing a heal, which is damage reduction, but then losing Maelstrom on top of it, But other than that, there's really not a whole lot that needs fixing for Stormbringer. Storm itself still needs a bit of rework in the old enhancement tree, but as far as Stormbringer goes, it's pretty damn solid to begin with, even without changes. It'd still work very well. And and most importantly, it is a ton of fun to play. One other thing I could go for though is some added animations. Now if I recall correctly, they said there's some more animations incoming. I hope they add something to Awakening Storm so you can properly see when it procs. Give it that big old lightning strike from the sky, smiting my enemies. And to piggyback some more of Word Up suggestions for Stormbringer, Nature's Protection will probably end up very frustrating to play around if you want that 10% damage reduction at specific timings like surviving a boss mechanic, since, well, you're gonna often have to just hold your Tempest to ensure you have the buff up at the right time, which is not great from a gameplay perspective. Now, seeing as the hero tree is called Stormbringer, it is lightning themed. It even has a lightning shield icon on it for this talent. Perhaps remake Nature's Protection to, well, I don't know, something that empower lightning shield. Not only would it fit thematically, but it would also make lightning shield potentially not useless outside of world quests and potentially PvP, which in turn would open up the potential for us to run elemental orbit talent from our class tree. 90% of enhancement shamans watching this just went, "What the fuck is elemental orbit?" Well, it's that talent under Earth Shield that you've never used. Pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, Stormbringer is looking hella good right now, so Storm enjoyers, rejoice. Hopefully they do address some of Storm's other issues at a later point during alpha, which I very much expect them to do, but you never know in what way. Now, if you have any questions at all, hit me up in the comments. You can also become a patron or Twitch/YouTube sub and get access to the Stankie Discord. You can also get shoutouts and videos, help with enhancements, slapping, things like that. Don't forget the usual stuff, like, comment, subscribe, slap that notification bell. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.